I'm Catherine Nichols, and this is going to be an example of a video resume. So I graduated from Stephen F. Austin State in 2006, and I had a fashion merchandising degree at the time. And so I really wanted to utilize that. So I ended up moving to San Antonio and working for Abercrombie & Fitch as a general manager. And so I did that for about a year. And after that, I decided I wanted to move back home. And so I moved to Houston and I started working for a company called Interfaith, also known as The WorkSource. And my job there is more so a personal tracker. So I would get individuals that were coming into the office and they were in between jobs. And they were trying to gain benefits from the government. So food stamps and temporary need for families. Those were the two benefits that they were going after. In order to get those benefits, they had to go to job interviews and really show the government that they were trying to get back on their feet. And so I did that for about a good year as well. And then I decided, you know what? I want to try my hand at something else. And so I went after a recruiting role for a company called Pacesetter Personnel Services. And it was very blue collar, minimum wage, skilled staffing type services at the time. And they really threw me in there. I mean, that's probably where I learned the bulk of recruiting, how to work big jobs. And as far as quantity goes, like 50 people out at a job, very, very fast paced. I worked 60 hours a week. I was a workhorse back then. I was really trying to get as much done as I possibly could. I learned about, time management, organization, structure, communication, the whole 9 yards. I was in that strictly recruiting role for about 8 months. And then I guess Pacesetter saw something in me and they decided to offer me a market research job. So I went to corporate and I started doing the market research for them. I started doing sales analysis, doing these huge reports as far as the company whole, like commissions and, gross sales, the whole thing, as well as recruiting and some marketing as well. And so I was doing all the recruiting more in-house at the time, not for any of their clientele. And then 2013 hit and I got pregnant and I kind of struggled with wanting to be a mom and be at home and really take care of my son. And so I decided, you know what, I'm going to leave and I'm just going to take a leap of faith. And that's when Nichols Virtual Sourcing was born. And so I was able to really recruit the part that I really was starting to enjoy and be able to do that from home and take care of my son. And so I did that and I started to get a couple clients trickling in. And so I have been very, very fortunate to be open for 10 years. And within this 10 years, it has been a huge growth process, not only personally, but for the company as well. Because I started off kind of mousy, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I've never been in sales before. But now 10 years later, I'm pretty comfortable speaking. I can pick up the phone, call just about anybody, have a good old conversation with them and end up with a client at the end of the day, which is fantastic. But it's been a ride. So not that I'm looking for a job, but this would be my video resume. You get an idea as to how to do it. You really want to communicate, articulate yourself well, so employers can see what you're capable of, whether you're shy or not, but you can really state your capabilities. If you have any certifications, special licenses, awesome projects that you've worked on, you really want to be able to dictate that to the employers that you're going after. But that's a really good take. On top of sending your resume, send a snapshot of what a video resume is. And I really think that you'll get yourself in.